Oh, hey! How's it going? Okay, we can talk about the elephant in the room. My last upload was almost 6 months ago, and at this point, there hasn't been much of an update. The truth is, I got burnt out. I've been playing RuneScape for many years, and it just so happened that as soon as I started a new channel, I lost the drive to play the game. It probably had something to do with the fact that I started my first ever UIM in a heavily restricted region. I don't know. But there have been many updates to this game, including one that heavily affects his account. That's right, I'm talking about the Final Dawn update that just came to old school. Now, before we can get all that amazing content, I need to catch you up on everything I've done since the last video. Let this video be sort of a catch up so we can get up to date in the series, alright? Anyways, roll the intro. I decided to lock my first ever Ultimate Ironman to Varlamore to explore everything RuneScape's newest region has to offer, with the ultimate goal, equipping a Dazani's quiver. This is Savanna UIM. So, we make our way here on the map, which is just right above the Camtorum, Ralos Rise, and then what we can do is we can head up here and use our big bones on this giant altar up here, which then turns our bones into blessed bones, and now we can break them down. Which is way better XP, except it's not enough. It's not enough. We still need about 200 more bones, or 200 more shards. I think that's what, 25 per, so it's really not going to take too long. But we'll go ahead and get about 6,000 bone shards and come back. So I'm actually going to test out these moss giants that I didn't know were here. On one side, I'm happy I found them because that makes the grind slower or quicker. But on the other hand, I'm upset because I already killed 2,000 bandits. At least I didn't kill like 50k bandits. Also, there's a 2 spawn in mine runes here. That's kind of insane. Oh, there's a 4 spawn. What? Why do these exist here? What is this? What is the purpose of this place, dude? The only downside of these moss giants is that it's pretty far from any other shop for food. So I don't really have many places to go. Like I have to run back either to the gorge or to Fortis to get food, which is pretty rough actually. But with how long I can stay here, when I have a full inventory of food, it's pretty good. Not to mention I'll have overheads, and I can just flick moss giants. I need to do a better job at exploring this area. There's also scorpions here, so that's also a slayer task I can do once I actually can accept them. I was just shy of the required bone shards, so I'm just gonna kill some guards just so I can get inventory of small bones. That should be enough for how much I need. Hopefully. If not, then I'll just do it again. But I noticed there's another guard in here, and he had the same thing as happened last time in the first video. His attack options have been swapped. What is going on? Why are these guards' attacks options swapped? Like, see, attack, examine. Why is it examine? That's so weird. Oh, that was a nice little interaction I had with another UIM. Unfortunately, he didn't realize that I can't leave this region, so that's alright. That's alright. I added him. You seem like a cool guy. Alright, so I just had to make like 2 more trips. I got a little over what I needed. That's alright. That's just extra XP. So now that we have the required amount, we do need one more thing. And so it requires us to take one more trip down to the bar. And we're gonna have to get some wine. We'll be able to use that wine to get some good prayer training done. So be right back. So we just fill it, and then we sacrifice our bone shards. And then we can just fly through these. 31. Insanely fast XP. Oh, but it does use your prayer point, so you have to run back to the altar to regen your prayer. But that's insanely fast. I mean, we got like 4 levels in the course of like 15 seconds. You know, the fact that I only have 1 agility and I'm equipped in full armor does not help my case, because I'm just not getting run energy back. It's just not happening. So I'm back here at Moss Giants. They, I guess I was a little short on, prayer XP. I guess I did the math wrong. It's okay though. I'll just go ahead and finish it up real fast. It won't take me too much longer. I just need a little bit more bones, and then we'll finish off the prayer training. So this is going to be our last inventory. I think we only need to do one more of Blessed Bones, and then I think we're done with prayer training. Really doesn't change anything. Just allows us to not have to leave every 5 minutes after a full inventory of bones. Now we can full press on to collecting these runes that we're going to need to train our magic to allow us to get out of our region for the short period of time that we will be. And there it is, 43 prayer. We now have every single overhead unlocked, which is fantastic. For a while now, I'm not even going to worry about anything else or any prayer training until we get Hunter unlocked. Once we get Hunter unlocked, we have a much better method of training prayer. Check this out. Boom. Now I do have to practice my flicking, because I haven't flicked in a long time. See, I kind of missed some, but you know what? It's like riding a bike. Sometimes you just can't forget. Now that I have inventory space, I'm probably just gonna hold on to this magic staff. I mean, I have nothing else to worry about. I'm not really picking up anything else. So I'll just hold on to it, because why not? Hey, after 220 KC, I get my first longbone with an air rune drop. Sweet. Look at that. Can't do anything with it, so it's just gonna live there on the ground. And I just got 60 strength, so I think after this kill, we're gonna switch off to defense. So I do not mind flicking, but I figured with these guys' low hit chance, if I just have better defense, I'll have to flick less, and it's more AFK. Oh, Mithril Spear, look at that. So we're gonna go to block, and just train up our defense quite a bit, because we're sitting at 30, and we actually need 50 for the mid game for a specific item that I'm hunting for. So we're gonna go ahead and just focus on defense for a bit until we get to 50. Oh, I've been surviving with one prayer point for so long. I hope y'all don't mind the metronome. I try to keep it off for clips, but sometimes it just makes it easier, makes it more AFK. I don't have to think about timing, so I can just keep the metronome on. I try not to keep it on. I try to do without, but oh my gosh, even with it, sometimes I miss these dang prayers. It's because I'm chatting and trying real hard not to lose this one prayer point. I hope you don't mind. I'll try to keep it off in between clips, but sometimes something crazy happens and I just want to capture the moment. So if you guys hear the metronome in the background, let me know if it's too much. I try to keep it really quiet if it's on. So just let me know if it's too much. And that's 40 defense. We got about 10 more levels to go on defense, and then we can switch over to something else. I think I might go back to strength. I'm also thinking about just rounding it out to 50 each with attack, defense, and strength, and then full send it on strength for the rest of the grind. I haven't decided yet. I have time to figure that out. Well, look at you. Aren't you a beautiful man to look at? I gotta turn off my my prayers. All right, Book of Knowledge. All right, and that is a Slayer level, 13 Slayer. Moving up in the world. Hello, Count Check. Give me that lamp. Thank you very much, sir. You're going on Slayer. Bam. And I think we need, one more for another level of Slayer. Awesome. All right, that's 45 defense. We got 5 more levels, and then we're going to probably do something else. 46 defense. That's 47 defense. All right, we're out of prayer and food. We're only sitting at 47 defense, but that's okay. I'm going to take a little break from doing melee. We're going to do something a little different, but in order to do that, we need to clear out some inventory space. So that means we're probably actually going to use up some of these runes we have. You said I've been collecting some earth runes as well, and some law runes. I don't know when I'm ever actually going to use the law runes, but I figured if I have them, I might as well grab them because I will have some use for them later. So I've just been picking them up as they drop. I'm going to start leveling my magic now. I'm going to get through these mine runes. I won't need them anymore once we get to the point where we can start using bolts instead of strikes. So I want to just get rid of those out of my inventory as well as these earth runes. I'm also going to drop these steel arrows because I'm just going to stick with the iron arrows. They're more consistent drops and it's easier to obtain. But before we do anything else, I want to get our best in slot magic gear. So that's what we're going to do. And that's exactly what we needed right there. Blue wizard hat. And we have officially our best in slot magic gear. Yep. That's all we get. We have no other magic gear right now. This is the best we have at the moment. And we're just gonna kind of chill here and kill moss giants with wind strike until we get some levels out of it. It's gonna be very slow in the beginning, but we get some quick levels, so that's good. Oh, I can use water strike now, which I think we're just gonna switch over immediately to water strike since we have the runes for it. Save us, gives a higher max hit until we unlock earth or fire strike, and that means it'll save us some air runes in the long run. And that's 9 magic. We can now switch over to earth strike, which we will do. And we're just gonna sit on earth strike until we're out of earth runes. And then hopefully by the time we run out of earth runes, we'll actually have our first bolt unlocked, and we could just drop our mind runes. So that'll open up 2 inventory spaces for us. And that's 17 magic. That's exactly where we needed to be. We can now cast Wind Bolt. I ran out of earth runes before I could finish it, so I just switched off to water strike. That's okay. That's not a big deal. I figured something like that would happen. I'll go ahead and kill this moss giant since we're almost done. And then we can move on. So now that we are finished with these mine runes, we really have no more use for them. I'm going to go ahead and drop them. It's 200 mine runes going in the bin, but that's okay. I don't really need them, so they're gone. That clears up a space for us. I'm also going to go ahead and drop our adamant gear. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep the shield since I can wear that. The reason why is because we can actually rebuy all that. I can also rebuy the shield, but I feel it's such a longer run to Alderaan that I don't really want to make, so I'll just keep the shield in my inventory. I'm okay with the added weight. Now look at all the space that we currently have. This is great. I'm also going to unequip that, so that's going to take up that spot. So you may be wondering, what are we going to do? Well, we just got to grab this bronze pickaxe. I'm actually just going to skill. I'm going to start my mining training because I actually want to get more arrows because I want to begin range training on the giants. You see, I don't have any problem with meleeing them all the time, but if I'm able to range them, there's the safe spot that I was just in. I can range the giants for all of the runes I need, much more AFK. I'm not done with melee, of course. I'm still going to have to train my stats up. But I also do need to train my range up because it is very important for the account. If not for nothing, I need to be able to equip the quiver. So I need to make sure I have my range high enough to at least do that. So it's just AFK. It's easier to AFK it. They do cost resources though, so I want to have the ability to get the resources, and they take forever to obtain. But we do have a tin and copper ore here that we can use to get our smithing up. All right, now that we mined an entire inventory, or equivalent of what we can get for an entire inventory, I'm gonna show you guys my route I have to take in order to actually process these ores and turn them into something. So I have to run down from this area, from the copper and tin spawn, all the way to the other side of Fortis, hit up this furnace, run all the way back, stop at this general store to grab a hammer, come up to this anvil, process all my bars, into whatever it is I need to process, drop them, then run all the way back down to the copper and tin. I need to do that until I can get to iron. And I think I haven't figured out the best source of iron next to a furnace. I'm pretty sure that's still going to be the best source because there is an iron source down here, which might be a bit quicker. So we might just switch to that over there when we unlock it. We'll figure it out. All right. We just made an inventory, or what we could have as an inventory, of bronze bar or bronze daggers. So we're going to just drop them all. I don't really need them. They're not worth anything. And I'm also going to drop the hammer because I don't want to keep it in my inventory, because if I keep it in my inventory, that's one less bronze bar I can make, which adds up in smithing XP. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop it and just buy a new one every time I need to smith bars, which isn't a big deal. It's only 5 GP and I have plenty. Let's see what we got. Oh no, so yeah, I have to keep him in my inventory, which I can't do. I won't be able to do until I'm able to get a costume room and be able to store them in my storage, because I just can't keep them in my inventory. So for now, Zombie Leo random events are off the table until, and same with the demon guy. You know the one. I can't do those until I get my construction level up. And that's 15 smithing, so now we can move over to iron ore, which is good because it's less out of the way. Oh, there's a hammer spawn here. I didn't know that. That's really, oh wow, that's actually really good. I don't have to buy hammers anymore, so I can actually drop everything. I was gonna actually keep the hammer in my inventory because it's just been more efficient. That way I don't have to stop at another stop. But now there's I didn't know there's a hammer spawn there, so that makes things way easier. We're gonna go ahead, head down south here because there's an iron spawn here. So now the new route is walk down here, get an inventory of iron, come back up, smith it, then hit the anvil here, and then go back down and repeat. So it's actually gonna be a much quicker route than the one we have been taking. So that's good. And this is actually what we're gonna be focusing on, just iron, because we're actually gonna get a whole bunch of iron arrows. I think that's our main goal, because they're mid-tier arrows. They're nothing crazy, but I think that's gonna be just fine for what we need to do it with. Geez, 50%, more like, I don't know, 25%. 3 whole rows, that's 12 whole failed. I only got 8 success. That's bad, man. That doesn't change between levels. That's just always going to be what it is. Maybe it was just a bad run this time, though. That's okay. So I just ran down here to Alderon to grab a steel pickaxe, which is the highest level pickaxe he sells. So that's pretty much our max efficiency, is just an iron pick. We don't have anything else in the area, so that's fine. I don't think we're going to be mining too long. But the only way to really receive arrows efficiently is to mine for them and craft them or smith them. So I'm sure we'll be back here again eventually. Thank you, Jagex. Thank you. What? He sells rune maces? That's... what? That's actually my best in slot weapon. I didn't know he sells a rune mace. Holy crap. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's sick. That's so useful. Perfect. With that last inventory, we got 20 smithing. That allows us to actually use iron, or make iron arrowheads. So now we can stop making all this and actually start making what we wanted to make, which is good. So we're gonna probably do, I don't know, probably just do this till I get bored, because I still have to get my fletching up, wood cutting and fletching up, in order to actually get the arrows and bows that I need. But I just want to get a crap ton amount of iron arrows, so I don't have to come back and do it again anytime soon. Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Just watch that star drop. It's level 70, so I can't do anything, but somebody may come by and do it. Lamp? Hell yeah. Your boy got a lamp. Drop those. And I think this might be a level. Yeah, level 14 Slayer. So we're going to go ahead and end the grind there with the arrow tips. Sent out 7,185. I know it's such an odd number to end it at, but we ended it because we got about 35 smithing, which is exactly the amount we need to be able to smith steel arrowheads. So when we're done using up all these iron arrowheads, we can come back and actually mine out and smith up to steel. So we're actually going to change up course now. That took about 10 hours to do, roughly 10 hours from level 1 to 35 and how many of these are. So that's fun. So we're going to switch it up a bit. We're going to start our fletching grind. We're going to need to do some wood cutting and fletching if we want to get the bow to use these as well as turn these into arrows. So we actually need to get our fletching up. We're going to probably fletch up to willow shortbow, which is level 35 as well. So we're just going to use a willow shortbow for a while until we use up all these arrows. So we're going to go ahead and start cutting trees here because there's some willow trees here, so we don't have to go very far once we unlock them. It's going to be a minute before we unlock them. And all we have to cut down these trees is a bronze axe. We don't have any other option for us. I mean, I can smith up to a steel axe. So once we can use a steel axe, I'll smith it and we'll be using that. But for the meantime, all we have is this bronze axe that we're going to be holding on to for quite a while. Oh, nothing like those 5 XP drops for fletching arrow shafts. So we're going to fletch, as soon as we unlock the next level or the next ability to fletch something better, we're going to fletch that way just in order to keep the levels even between each other as much as we can. We'll focus mainly on arrow shafts as soon as we unlock willow trees, because that way we'll get higher XP drops per shaft as well as more shafts. And there's 2 fletching, sweet. But for now we're just going to fletch each tier until we get a higher level. I think we can start fletching bows, yeah, 5. So we'll be able to fletch short bows at 5, which was what we'll do. And as soon as we unlock the next tier, we'll fletch the next tier until we can start fletching willow arrow shafts. And by then we should be able to 6 wood cutting. By then we should be able to cut willow trees as well. So it works out. We went from 1 to 5. Look at that, still 5. I was unaware that short bows still only fletched 5 XP per short bow. Well, that kind of changes things up. Not a whole lot, but it just means that it's going to be the same amount of time. It's just going to be slow, even slower still. Dang, so when do we get a higher XP rate? Probably at longbows, yeah? Or maybe it's even at oak, which I don't know where an oak tree is here. I'm sure there is one somewhere, but I don't think it's really worth it. We'll see when we get there. We'll see when we get there. Some max efficiency here. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna trade this person here. We're gonna grab a bunch of these feather packs. I don't know actually how. I think it's 100 in each. Yeah. So, all right, perfect. So we're actually gonna make headless arrows. That's 15 XP per action. That's gonna get us. This should get us to level 15, and then with level 15, we're able to make iron arrows. And then after we make the iron arrows, to finish out the grind, we can actually start fletching arrow shafts from oak logs. Maximum efficiency. And that's level 15. Right off the bat, it's super quick with headless arrows, which is good. After we finish these out, I'm actually going to make these arrows so I can clear up some inventory space, because this actually takes quite a lot. And then we'll go and fletch some oak logs for the rest. Level 17! Even to make it more efficient, I'm going to be running to our next location while I fletch. It's not old school RuneScape unless you're playing efficiently. And that finished up. Now we can actually use these on these, and this should get us pretty close to level 30, which is good. Even though I do want to stay at oak for a while, so we're actually gonna have to run back a little bit later to cut down the willow for the short bow, but that's okay. We'll do that last, considering that's going to be our end weapon, our end range weapon for now is going to be the willow short bow. And after that, 3,300 iron arrows were made. That puts us at 29 fletching, almost level 30, as I said, which is perfect, because by the time we're done fletching the rest of these, we'll be at like maybe 35, 36, and that's more than enough to be able to get a willow short bow, as well as obviously the leading up bows to it, like the regular short bow and the oak short bow, which we will make as well for the actual range training. But for now, we're gonna actually just focus on making arrow shafts with the oak logs, because you actually do get more XP drops because you get more arrow shafts per oak log. Also, look at this NPC, Nasty Nick. I wonder what is he? Do you have a quest for me? Is this the guy you talk to with the red tokens? I guess he is. I have no idea what the red tokens do. And I'm not in any position to get any at the moment, but I guess this is the guy you talk to about the red tokens. I'm not sure. For losers to laugh at. Okay. Look, I found one. Haha, very funny. Charming. Yeah, exactly. And that's 30 wood cutting. Well, I'm actually gonna stop cutting these. I'm just gonna fletch one short bow. Now that I can cut willow logs, I have no purpose of cutting these. I can go back down the Sunset Coast, finish out these iron arrows, get 35 fletching, and get my bows made. I forget that you could just charter over to Sunset Coast. I don't think you can charter to Alderaan through Sunset Coast. Yeah, you can only charter to Fortis, but I ran back in the previous clip. I ran to the Fortis charter to go to Alderaan. I could have just taken this charter, but you know what? It works out because I had to fletch those arrows anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. But like, I didn't need to do that. I'll keep a note of that in the future. All right, we got a little more than we needed. That's okay. We'll just drop the excess. I'm not worried about it. And now we'll run back and make these. This should give us 35 fletching, which will give us the perfect amount to make our willow short bow. And that's 35 fletching. I knew we'd be able to get it with just the arrows itself. Now we can make willow short bows. However, we're not done making arrows. Once we finish making these up, I'll go ahead and actually make the bows themselves. Short bow made. Sweet. Now we have all 3 bows. Now we just need to string them. The downside is that you actually need 10 crafting to make a bowstring, as you saw in the last episode. I only need 94 XP for 10 crafting. Let's go to the charter real fast and and blow some glass. Some candle lanterns or something, or maybe just some beer glasses until 10, so I can go ahead and spin some flax to make the bow. I didn't. All right, this should give me enough crafting XP just to make the glass itself. I didn't buy a blowpipe though, or a glass blowing pipe, but I got 10 crafting right there. I can now spin bowstring, so I didn't really need it anyways. But I am going to go ahead and blow this this molten glass, and now we can string our bows. Look at that, 3 bows to use for our range training, and now we can head back to Moss Giants. So yeah, I have been procrastinating this grind a little bit. We're back on track now. I am not going to stall it any longer. I wanted to start the range grind a little bit early because there is something I do want to unlock at 60 range. So there's more to leveling range rather than just being able to equip the Designies Quiver. And really the only time that range is going to be useful on the account is in the Coliseum itself. So we're just getting it started on it early, but there is something that we do need to unlock with 60 range that we will go over later when we actually get to that level. This is taking forever. Level 1 is really, really tough to get anything done. These Moss Giants have a high defense bonus against range. I mean, not high, but high for level 1. So it's just, I'm just not hitting. I'm simply not hitting. Oh, I hit that one. It was becoming really inefficient to kill or try to kill Moss Giants with level 1 range. So I did the old tried and true method. Killing chickens. I'll probably do this until level 10. Won't take me long, and then we'll head back and just grind it out. Just push it through, because the longer I stall out doing Moss Giants, the longer it'll take me to actually get the grind done. So I'd rather just wait. I'd rather level... Okay, what are you doing, buddy? What is going on with this guy? I'd rather level my range to about 10, just so I can get a higher hit chance and use a oak bow, and then just suffer the missed shots for a long time. I also labeled the arrows green because I don't want to miss any. I want to pick up everyone I use, because this is what we have. I can make more, but that means we'll have to stall out our grind even longer if I have to make more. So I just want to pick up any arrow I can. And that's level 10 ranged. So we're gonna head right back on the Moss Giants, and hopefully this will be enough to actually hit some shots. I went up to an oak bow at level 5, so hopefully level 10 and an oak bow will help us out a bit more. Once we get to level 20 though, we can go to a willow short bow, which is going to be much better to use for quite a while. I'm probably not gonna move up to any other bow, at least not until all these arrows are gone. Probably once all these arrows are gone, if I still need to train range, then I will skill up to, I don't know, a maple bow or something. But for now, this is fine. Yeah, this is a lot better. I'm actually hitting some shots. Still not consistently, but I'm hitting them. Much better than like hitting a 1 every 10 shots. I'm now hitting a 1 every 4 or 5 shots. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna be real with you. I need to find a better safe spot, because while the aggressive timer is still going, which is 10 minutes, I keep getting PJ'd by one of these dang Moss Giants, because it's not safe from every location. So if I stand right here to fight this guy, he'll come up and attack me. And if I stand like right here to fight this guy will come up and attack me. So it's really difficult. But once the 10 minutes are up, they'll be no longer aggressive. So it shouldn't be that much of a problem. But I can't seem to get a kill because I keep getting PJ by these dang Moss Giants. I think perhaps level 10 was too early to stop training on chickens. But I've already committed to the Moss Giants, so we're just gonna sit here and grind it out, grit our teeth, and go ahead and do it. Yeah, for every level we get, what are you doing? For every level we get, makes this grind slightly easier. Keep in mind that I've gotten 2 range levels, and I've only killed 1 Moss Giant so far. Oh, big number coming in, level 20. That's so huge, because now we can actually use this willow short bow. We can drop this oak one, which is nice, because that's going to give us a much higher attack accuracy rating, because it's still been such a struggle to kill these giants. As you can tell, I have 40 arrows on the ground, and I have to run through in the middle of a kill to pick them up so they don't despawn. I don't think they would. I'm sure I have enough time to kill a giant, but just in case, I don't want to lose 40 arrows that I could easily save. So hopefully this willow bow is going to help quite a bit. And I can already tell it is. Like I'm actually hitting shots again. Oh, thank goodness. What do we get? Oh, mithril and coal. Oh, we got some chaos runes too, which is huge. Sweet, that's helpful. I'm not really going to do anything with these, honestly. I don't have any need for them. The coal, I guess, could be useful, but I'm not really planning on going mining anytime soon, and I can't really do anything with the mithril till level 50. So we're just going to get rid of those. The only downside of killing Moss Giants is you get beginner clue scrolls, which I can't do. There are no beginner steps in Varlamore, so it's just a shame. I mean, not like it's super common to get a step, but if it was anything like easy or higher, I could actually get steps in Varlamore and
stack them, but unfortunately, can't do it. So we just leave them on the ground. That's 35 range. So the levels have been helping quite significantly for me to hit, but with me having such a low attack bonus, or rather damage bonus, with only iron arrows and a willow shortbow, it's still taking quite a while to do anything. So I think I'm hitting max 5s right now. As my level increases, I will increase my max hit regardless of weapon, but it's still going to be pretty minuscule compared to if I had the right gear. But it's fine. I'm only doing this to 60, and then we're going to take a break from range. So I'm not worried about it. And that's level 40 range. Normally, a pretty huge level, because you can start wearing green D-hide after Dragon Slayer, but I can't really do anything with it. It does give me better accuracy, though, and a higher max hit. So I don't know if it actually gives me a higher max hit, but I'm hitting bigger numbers now that I'm higher level, so it's considerably better. 45 range. We can now wield Chinchompas. Something that we will never, ever get on the account. Yeah, I'm back at Willow Trees. I decided that it'd be best if I just got my fletching and woodcutting up to around U level, U shortbow, so I can finish out the grind. The Willow shortbow with iron arrows are just not cutting it, so I'm back here. It shouldn't take me too much longer, and you're not going to see most of it anyways. I'm just going to try to cut most of it out, and so it only took a couple seconds for you guys. I did, however, upgrade to a steel axe, so hopefully the success rate is a little bit higher. Well, how axes work, so your success rate is actually based off of your woodcutting level rather than the axe you're using. However, the amount of times you can hit your success rate, or amount of times you can hit that roll on whether you get a successful cut or not, varies on what axe you're using. Now that we're on steel, we increase our rate a bit more than if we were on bronze. And steel is probably the highest we're going to go, because if we want to go any higher, it would require us to get even higher smithing and mining, which we do not want to do right now. I'm kind of burnt out of smithing and mining right now, because that takes forever. Luckily, wood cutting and fletching is so much quicker, or at least I don't have to move around nearly as much. I can just stand still and cut the same tree for hours.
And I just got a lamp from Count Check, which is huge, because I think... Ooh, and I just canceled the thing. It's not a level, but that's okay. Next lamp I get will be another level into Slayer. So that's awesome.
Huge number, 50 wood cutting from just trying to get this this fletching level up. Awesome. Not that important for the account, to be honest with you, but it is slightly good, because I am considering other options for hard range training in the future, so getting wood cutting up is never a bad thing. And that's level 50 fletching. We can now make maple short bows, which is where we're going to leave it off now. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a maple short bow and go back to our grind. I just figured having something that's a little bit better than willow will increase that time it takes to kill, or rather decrease the time it takes to kill just a little bit quicker. So I'm pretty excited about that. Before we head off and get that maple shortbow, I'm actually going to come over here and pick some flax and make a bowstring. That way I don't have to run back and do a whole bunch of trips. Just one trip. Since I'm already so close to it, might as well just make it here. We throw it on inventory, and we can string the bow as soon as we make it when we're done. There are some yew trees here, which I can chop, but I can't make into anything, so it's not really worth doing. I was thinking about staying till 60 fletching, but I figured that's just going to take much longer than it needs to. After all, this is supposed to be just a small detour, not a complete shift in what I'm trying to do on the account. So we're just going to stick with maple. I have no problem with that at all. So he's run down here to Mist Rock, cut just one log off of this maple tree. Should take us actually quite a bit. Oh, wow, that was actually really fast. Go ahead and turn this into a maple short bow. Unstring, throw a string on there. Boom. +9 range attack bonus, which is huge, actually. And I am collecting steel arrows that the Moss Giants drop, as well as steel bars that they also drop, that allowing me to create more. So once I get a decent stack of these, I'll start using those, which is also just a great increase in XP per hour, because that's a +6 range strength. Oh yeah, this maple shortbow is doing work now. I'm
so accurate. I can hit these guys almost every time. I still hit zeros occasionally, but like it's so much better now. My damage hasn't really changed because I'm still using the iron arrows, but with my level increases, I'll be able to get higher max hit. But I was more concerned about accuracy anyways, because the more zeros I hit, the longer that's gonna take. As long as I'm doing damage, I'm happy. And I hit 2 zeros in a row right there. Okay. But not bad. It's not bad.
So full inventory of steel bars gives us 240 steel arrow tips. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to drop this hammer. We're going to run back to the Sunset Coast with this charter, grab an axe and a pack of feathers and make these into arrows right away so we can have that open inventory space. Go ahead and buy 2 packs of these. It's 100 a piece. We have 40. And then we'll buy 40 more feathers just so we have exactly enough. 240. And then on our way back to the moss giants, we can go ahead and chop down these trees. All right. Now we can go ahead and combine these. This is some good fletching XP too, honestly. Like, it's a good little side XP we can get for fletching. Look at those fatty 75 XP drops. Oh, also, we just broke 2 mil XP. I didn't even realize. We're sitting at 2 mil XP now. That's huge. We are now sitting at a total of 285 steel arrows, which we will hold on to for just a bit longer. We'll see if we can get another inventory full. If we get another inventory full before reaching 60, then I'll tell you what. We'll try to get to 55. Wherever we sit at 55, whatever steel arrows we sit by then, we will start using them at 55. That way, we aren't just gonna never use them, because I'm probably, after I get to 60, I'm just gonna drop the arrows I have. I will hold on to the ones in my inventory, so I'll probably hold on to these iron arrows, because if I still have them by then, because that's too many to drop. Honestly, they're kind of useful, so I'll hold on to them as long as possible. But whatever we have at level 55, we'll use the steel arrows. 54 range! Oh my god, huge. A dunce random. Yes, please. Book of Knowledge, boys. That's going straight into Slayer. That is actually going to be 210 XP. Holy crap. A Slayer level 15 Slayer. Now kill Banshees. Awesome. And right here is 55 range. That means we can now move over to our steel arrows that we have. We're gonna use up all of our steel arrows. And I'm gonna pick up every single one I use, because this stuff is rare to come by. As you see, I went through like 3 levels and only got 3 steel bars, or maybe like 2 levels, only got 3 steel bars. And it's like our main source of getting these steel arrows. Of course, we can always mine more, but I don't want to do that, so we're not going to. So I'm just gonna try to hold on to these as much as possible by just picking up every single one I get. But it is a stark like damage increase. It's super helpful because it gives us that flat boost in XP that we desperately need. These next 5 levels are going to be the most tedious of them all, because they're going to take the longest to get. So hopefully it won't take that much longer. We have been doing this grind for quite a bit now, just getting to 60, because our damage is so low on average. We hit such small numbers. But the steel arrows, I'm getting a bit higher hits, like 8s are pretty great. If we can get more of those, that'd be really nice. But pretty much we've been getting 1s exclusively. 1s, 3s, 4s, you know. But if we can get some really high hits, then we'll be good. So I just finished a Zombie Leo event, or, you know, Leo Grave random event. And I think I'm going to hold on to the items I get, because that's like my 4th Leo event. And I have been normally skipping them because I can't hold on to the items, but I figured I have the space. I don't really need the boots. I can buy new boots anytime I want. I might as well hold on to all of the stuff I can get, because I might be, if I can hold on to all of the equipment, then I can get lamps from those events. So that way I don't have to keep dismissing them. Because like I said, it's like 4 in a row that I've got. Or not in a row, but almost in a row that I've gotten a Leo event. So why waste the opportunity to get lamps from them when I can just hold on to the items as long as possible? So that's what I'm going to do from now on. And that's 56 range. I gotta say that these steel arrows got me through an entire level, which is nice. They're not getting much further than that, though. Look at him there. That's the second one I get back to back, both Leo events. This is why I kept the stuff that I got. Actually, I want to grab these arrows before I leave. It's 10 arrows. I don't want to lose. Yeah, let's do it. Back to back random events is a Leo event. I'm glad I kept the hold of the ones I have, because this means, I mean, not this one. I think I have like 2 more of these events before I can get a lamp out of them. So but still, like, if I'm gonna get them this quickly, I'm not upset about it. Yeah, I got the full set. Got zombie gloves and trousers. I just need the mask and the emotes, and that gives me the full set, and I can start getting lamps from it. The issue is that I'm gonna have to keep it in my inventory until I can get a costume room put in my house, my player-owned house, where I can store all this stuff. But that's gonna take up no slots, really. I mean, like, I could just wear it. I don't have any reason. Okay, excuse you. I don't have any reason to not have them. I don't have anything. Like, when I go back to melee, I'm just gonna be prayer flicking anyways, so I don't really need the armor. So I'm not too worried about it. That's 57 range. We're over here where this air rune spawn is, because this one singular air rune gives us 1,000 air runes. We got our first 1,000 stack. I mean, not in total. We've already used some, but in our inventory currently, we're seeing 1,000 air runes. Now, you did notice that there's an air rune spawn there, and you may be wondering, why don't I just world hop and pick those up? Well, with, you know, some of the table napkin math that I was doing to figure out whether or not it's worth either killing moss giants or picking them off the table, I figured out that picking it up off the table takes a really fucking long time, so I'm not doing that. 1,400 moss giants in, and I think about 1,000 of those giants I've killed with range. I just realized that I was firing on the accurate style instead of rapid. For those of you who don't know, this is 3 ticks. This is 4 ticks. So this is 0.06 seconds faster than this. Which may not seem like a lot, but it really is. If you add up 1,000 moss giant kills. I feel so dumb. This is so much faster. What was I? Oh my god. Anyways, back to killing moss giants. 58. All right, we got another full inventory of steel bars. So I was thinking about it. I'm probably gonna drop my magic staff. Since I'm killing moss giants for so long, there's really no purpose of holding on to it, because it's such a common drop that I get it all the time. So whenever I'm ready to train my magic, I could just farm out another magic staff. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna drop this staff, so I'll get another one later. I'm also gonna drop these mine runes because I'm not using them anymore. Now that I have chaos runes, I'm gonna not use our mine runes. But if I do need more, I can always pick up the spawns, because they spawn pretty quick, and I think there's like 13 of them, or like 12 of them there. So no point in holding onto those. That clears up 2 spots for us that we could just fill in later. Also, I ran all the way back to the other city. I didn't even realize there is an anvil right here. I don't need to go anywhere. I could just use the anvil here and then buy an axe and do everything that I was going to do, but I don't have to go very far. I don't know why I did that last time, but I can do this from now on, which is way better, just quicker. I may have bought too many feathers. I accidentally had it set to buy 50 on the feather packs, so I bought a whole inventory full of feather packs. My bad, but it's whatever. It's not that much gold. I don't mind it. I don't mind dropping them. 59. One more to go. Okay, this is like the third sandwich lady in a row. You better give me a stale baguette. And you give me a pie. You... Yeah, whatever. And that's 60 range. We are now done with range for now. We'll finish up this kill, and then we're going to head back to doing melee. I wanted to take this little detour for a future grind that we're going to take, and I wanted to just get it out of the way now because I could have safe spotted it. But now that we're done, we can stop using ranged, at least after this kill. Normally, I would stick with it, but since the best bow I have right now is maple, it's just takes forever to get kills. But once we start meleeing again, we'll be able to really streamline kills much faster. All right, steel bars turned into steel arrows, and we're back here at Fortes because while I was doing my initial smithing grind, I figured out that this guy sells a rune mace, and it's worth about 20k, but that's actually our best in slot melee weapon. You get a +4 prayer bonus, which is great at 36 melee strength. And it's also a 4-tick weapon, so it's the same as a scimitar. So we're actually going to use this rune mace. We're going to drop our maple bow because we can always make a new one in the future if we need it. And we're going to hold on to these arrows. I still have 3k iron arrows, and I'm debating whether I should just keep them or get rid of them. I have the space in the inventory right now to hold on to them, so I'm just going to do that. But it's a debate I'm having internally because there's a lot of iron arrows. However, they're not very good arrows. The steel arrows are much better, and I will get steel bars from killing moss giants, and I will pick up every steel bar I get and turn them into arrows. So once I reach a stack that's greater than this 3k in steel arrows, I'll drop it. But in the meantime, I'll hold on to them. I'm not really going to use them anytime soon, but it's not really taking too much space, so I don't mind holding on to them. As well as this meat pie and strength potion will be out of my inventory soon enough. So I think it's fine in the end. I also finally redid my prayer. It's been at like 12 and 14 for the past like 6 hours. But we're about to go back to melee. I'm also not really going to buy shoes. I'm just prayer flicking the entire time, so I don't have anything to give me bonus melee strength. So I don't really mind the shield since I'll be flicking. However, a shield will be helpful. If I miss a flick, we'll see. We'll see how tedious it will get in the end. I just got an uncut diamond, which is on the gem drop table. That's a 1 in 2,000 chance to drop, and we're almost on rate. We're about 1,500. Actually, I think we're a little over because of some mobile kills. Closer to like 1,800 kills, so that's pretty cool. We're gonna leave it on the ground though. We don't really need it. Well, I had a feeling it was gonna happen like this. Freaky Forester. Yeah, okay, let's help him. You know, the only issue is that I've already committed to holding on to the Leo four-tailed pheasants. That guy's a four-tailed pheasant. The only issue is that I've already committed to holding on to the Leo randoms, that I don't think I'll be able to hold on to these guys that much longer. Like, that's just the only downside, is that I committed to it. So now I don't know. I'll hold on to it because I have the space, but I don't know how much longer I'll have the space, you know? I just missed it. The 50 defense. Huge numbers coming in. Now that we have 50 defense, I'm going to go back to attack, get that up to 50, and then we'll just full send on strength for the rest of the grind. I know I always say that, but genuinely mean it this time. I have no reason to train the other skills at the moment. I will train them later for needed grinds, but honestly, with a rune mace now, I don't really need to train anything else or any attack past 50. It's happened. I got the curved bone. Yeah, 1 in 5,000 chance to drop, and I'm at 1,700, or probably closer to 2,000 moss giants from mobile kills. So
I'm above right, but I got it. Got the curved bone. Don't really need it, but it's kind of cool to see. I'm actually gonna drop it, but it's super neat. Anyways, back to killing moss giants.
I'll be around when you need me, so feel free to reach out. See, he's fine with it. He's fine with it. More? Uh-oh. You guys are fucking useless. My front door's right there. And you guys can't spot bare skin killer face man. Fine. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I wake up dead in the morning. Hey, good morning, dear viewers. This is the morning news. Did you miss me? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now. The Valiant FEMA staff members have organized quarantine zones. Anyone showing signs of visitors is directed there. Some people express concern that the identity of visitors remains unknown. However, FEMA assures you that they are merely ill individuals in need of assistance. Additionally, FEMA has identified a new indicator of visitors: intensely irritated blood red eyes. Is that why you have your fucking contacts in? This information was discovered through experiments with detained guests. According to FEMA experts, the irritation is caused by exposure to bright sunlight. Please stay alert and calm and avoid leaving your home during daylight hours. Now let's move on to other news. Okay, so fingernails, white teeth, and... what was that?
Give me lamp. Give me lamp. Lamp. Lamp has been obtained. Anything good here? Mossy key, but don't really need that. All right, go away for a sec. Don't need to keep these gloves because you actually have a chance of getting a lamp regardless from the beekeeper event. Unlike some other collection log events, you don't have to keep the items. So lamp it, throw it on Slayer. 150 Slayer XP. That is not a level, but we got one more lamp until another level in Slayer, which is so good. So awesome. The more lamps we get on here early, the best. I know we're going to try to see if we can get some tasks done once we break our restrictions, but we don't know if we'll actually be able to, so I'm still going to continue to lamp it. And even whenever we start actually doing tasks, if we can, I'm still probably going to continue to lamp it in between tasks because there's no guarantee that I can continue to do tasks. Not here in Varlamore.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome back to That's Not My Neighbor. The video will end if there hasn't been any actual update. Nightmare mode, endless mode, campaign mode. Did I play campaign mode or was it arcade mode? Well, it seems like there's an update, which means that this video won't go kaboom. Just editors make that intro super fast, snappy. We gotta get the retention time up. The doppelgangers keep coming, kaboom! But the DDD is here to stop them once and for all. Big jump scare, big X sign. Air horns, memes, dancing bear going this way, a rocket being blasted off that way, RPG landing in... New job offer, doorman at an apartment complex located in the downtown. Remember that it is February 1955. Okay, here is today's list. I wish you the best of luck. February 1955. All right, Lois Stilnsky on Stasha Michaelis. Okay, hello, Lois, if that is your real name. Is that the expiration date or is that... Holy shit. Damn it. I believe you. I believe everything about you. I believe you've got a big heart, you've got big lips, and you've got an appropriate entry form. Oh, I sure can. Don't worry. Have a good day. Good seeing you. All right. Next. Glad we're all having
That's another prayer level from just burying big bones. For about like 1,000 kills, I wasn't burying the bones. I was just leaving them. I was like, oh, I could get the bones. I have a better way of doing prayer later on. But I thought, well, if I'm gonna sit here and kill thousands and thousands of moss giants, I'm wasting XP if I'm not burying the bones. Case in point, I just got a level. I'm also being really, really bad with my prayer flicks, and I'm getting my ass kicked by these guys. But I'm just gonna have to lock in so I can get my health to regen, because I'm not gonna stand here and wait, and I'm not gonna leave for food. So next clip, if I'm still here, then we're good. Or if I'm in Lumbridge, then we died. We'll find out.
Oh, you have a bit more than 50k ores to go. Alright, look at this. Look at this. This inventory will get us 250,000 coal. Oh, look at that. 250k coal. 125k lava guide. We are very close to done. We only need around 15,000 ores actually. They have released a new boss in my chunk very recently, and it has some supply drops. So I've been killing the boss a lot. I'm not going to include any of the footage in this video because it's going to be way too long. So I'm going to save everything I get from the giants and cover it in a different video. But do know that I am using the boss for supplies. I'm not ignoring it. But I'm very close to done now. So 15,000 ores basically. That's all I need to mine. A few days left. It is the second last day of mining. I'm about to go to bed. Tomorrow we will finish this freaking grind, man. Oh, look at these absolutely crazy ore stacks. Oh, yes. I'm so happy, man. We are almost at 106 virtual level. It's over. We are done after that. Tomorrow is the last day. We need like 4.5k ores left, I believe. Oh, man. This grind has been... This has been the craziest skilling grind I've ever done in RuneScape, and it's finally coming to an end after a little bit more than 200 days, I think. Yes, let's do this. Tomorrow is the final day. Boom. Ooh, look at that. 130k low, 260k coal. That's a lot of ores.
Hey, check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4 air runes. It's also, I've been noticing I've been picking up every rune that I could get, because I realized that if I could cast a spell with it, I should pick it up, because that's it's progress towards the goal. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to need anymore, considering that I have other methods of training besides just strike, or besides just bolt attacks. But I'm still gonna try to get as much as I can. Oh, look at you, Mr. Sergeant Damien. I'm gonna dismiss him. Oh, I just kicked him. Because I know I was going to hold on to all of the collection log items in my inventory, but since I've already committed to holding on to Leo's as well as the Freaky Forester one, I don't want to hold on to another one because it's going to take too many slots of the inventory I have. So he's the one I'm going to dismiss at this point. Once I get 54 magic, I'm going to try to speed run getting my house built as quickly as possible. Of course, I'll have to get my hunter up to do so. And then I'll be able to store these collection log items so I can take on every single random event that I can. But in the meantime, I have to dismiss some of them. I missed the pop-up. I got 62 strength, total level 675. I haven't really been paying attention. To kind of just been in the zone, so it's a nice surprise. And I'm kind of getting close to 60 HP too, which is awesome. Getting all sorts of levels today. I got 45 prayer just now from burying big bones. Once again, not paying attention to my levels, and then it passes by and I lose track of it. But 45 prayer, you know, not bad for just
bearing bones while we kill moss giants.
If you have stuck around the video this long, first of all, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, really, that means a lot. This is a long one, and really, I do not blame you if you were to click off early. But if you stuck around this long, man, consider subscribing. I mean, I'd really, really appreciate it. This was the last of the old clips. From here on out, it's all up to date. Look forward to seeing another video real soon with everything that we have unlocked today. So, I'm really excited. Anyways, I don't know how to end this video. Bye, guys.